So today we're gonna tour my vampire crypt that I built loosely based off a childhood series I used to watch, a children's series I used to watch when I was a kid in the early 1990s. I'm gonna go down a notch. So this would be the view from across the street, and here's my crypt. The good old creepy tree right in the front yard, protected by a heck ton of a cross. We wonder why. Old rusty mailbox. I want to keep some. If I can find something even rustier and decrepit, I would use that because I want to have this whole sense of old that I have stored all over the place. So let's go by this end. The fences are not real fences. They're deco by Jenny Sims. I think I'm not sure if they're recolor or reconvert from the Sims 3. I'm not sure. So here we have a first plasma tree. And I really wanted to have a very creepy kind of vibe for, but still lit up. You know, you still have to see stuff around as you walk. And I think we have eggs. No, we don't. Oh yeah, so here's the other big tree. And I think I have mixed it with another tree so we can actually have somewhat of an effect. So the greener tree is intertwined with the old dead black tree to create an effect of half dead, like a good vampire is half dead, if you get my drift. Here we have an entrance point, number 1 or number 4 depending on how you are located, but this is more like an emergency entry or exit point, really. Here we have your standard crypt, and I do have to admit, in the beginning I overly abused the dry ice emitter by Minimo, so it was absolutely horrendous because I tend to do things over the top. It's not the ideal all the time, but again, just a little fountain to keep things interesting. Here we have entry point number 2. I was hoping that the fish that my character Lumpy captured would actually be able to swim in the fountain, because that's how my story or my mind ideally wished for, but I think I'm gonna have to get them an aquarium or something, which is, okay. Anyway, so here we have a first plasma tree. So when your vampires collect plasma tree fruits, they can keep it in their inventory. Then you make them place them in the world, and you have the options when you're outside to eat or plant it. Plant it, and so then your house will have their own plasma tree. So you can, when you're low on energy and you don't feel like going out to drink a human sim because it's like in the middle of the day, well, you have a few trees, a few fruits to rely on. Here we have just a little resting bench. Here we have Lumpy and W something, the grandpa. I know I completely forgot his name, but he wasn't exactly. Well, I didn't have that much of an interest in him as a kid, so obviously I don't remember his name. Like, I'm sorry for being human. Isn't this just glorious? And across the street we have the park where they usually feed. So yeah, here's Lumpy and his grandpa. I actually love the sound effect on this game. I mean, the whole ambience is just, yeah, super neatos. Oh, my poor little Lumpy is bored out of his mind. Mm. Well, sorry, babe, but I have plans, so you have to wait. Oh, he's Rudiger. Tab. And then go chat with your brother. Tell a funny story. And you, what's your needs? Oh, there's the game. Here we go. So I'm gonna leave the guys socialize between themselves, and we're gonna enter the crypt. So the main entrance. Just gonna go down a bit. And yes, we have a heating system in the crypt because if the family wants to visit in a cold winter night, I'd rather than not freeze their asses off. So I have two radiators to keep them warm. Here's the main, how should I say it? What's the name for this thing? Like, not, it's not coffin, the main, whatever, thingy, remembrance, and people are awful because they think that there's nothing behind, when in actuality, hidden behind is the staircase leading to the crypt where the vampires live. I thought it was clever. And here you have your candles and I'm guessing a memo. I need to fix that from the person who lived there. And here we have a bit of old wear signs. And normally there's a spider living on that cobweb. I don't know where it went. And again, I wanted to have this whole old decrepit vibe here, hence the whole cracks and stuff. Maybe a vampire hunter tried to force the door and it didn't work out too well. Who knows? The story is yet to be unfolded. So then we're gonna walk like a little mouse. behind. Where the heck am I? Sorry for this. Okay, so yeah. The other door, the back door. Come on. Can I just fucking rotate this bitch? No, this is the front door. So, if you enter by the back door, you have a direct access to the secret that lies beneath, which is the name of this house, which is the first living quarters of the house. So I'm gonna go down. Okay, so here are the stairs. So I'm gonna go from here. So you go down the stairs, and the other flight goes down to the sleeping area. So first off, we have a jukebox for Lumpy, the dancing disco machine. So apparently he likes to dance. I didn't remember that from the series when I was a kid, but I didn't pay much attention to Lumpy. I was more into Rudiger, obviously, because he was my husband back in the day, even if I was basically 10 years old. Here we have a bathroom. There's one per floor with everything that you need. Right here we have the kitchen area, fridge, stove. For the kids, vampire kids still have human needs, so you need a microwave or something that can fix food for themselves, like an oatmeal or yogurt or something. And the parents or the adult vampire can cook human meals for them. This is the French Quarter by Cardoff. Cardoff is an amazing custom creating simmer. And I try to have a touch of art and classiness in this. Here we have the dining room where the kids also do their homeworks. And obviously the fireplace to keep them warm, because underground is a bit colder than above ground. And I'm using the word and I didn't want to have everything electric and boring and modern. Since they're pretty old school vampires, I have candles everywhere to lit up the place. Obviously with a bit of decor. This is Lumpy's basic dance floor that he won after some achievement, because he's like a dancing machine. The globe, and well, kids being kids, and tablets to throw the webs. This is for, I forgot his name, Wilfred, I think, or Will something, to practice song. And I think I'm gonna incorporate an org if I can. Barbecue. And obviously there's like a lot of vampire portraits and references throughout the house, so we can make it more believable that it's actually vampires. Oh, and one of them is in need of something. So So you can just sit down and chillax. I think there's like one tablet per vampire, so there are like 5 in the family. I have 5 tablets scattered throughout. Here we have a pool, and I remember that in the series they had, they live in in like a cave or a cavern underneath the crypt. So I wanted to have that cavernish feel for my pool. The rough stone, and I'm pretty happy that I found this cavern looking vault thingy. And in the original series, the walls glittered with something, and they used that powder on their caves to make them flyable. Here I wanted to have a bit of a natural accent because it's still on the ground and it's still natural. And here we will go down to the last floor. So here we have a dresser for, I'm so bad with names, computer station. And here we have just like a bunch of spears. I'm guessing old memories from an old battle or something. I wanted to incorporate random medieval things as a memory of the family's keepsake. And again, candles to lit everything up because they're old school and it gives like a warm, eerie feel to it. Here we have the living room with an homage to Rudiger's parents, both dead. We assume vampire hunters got them. Here we have the definitely living room with the TV and some shields. I mean, there was some war between vampire hunters and them. And as you can see, this room is more red and black compared to the other one, which was more in the green nature kind of colors. Here we have some ancestor of the family. And here we have the bedroom area or sleeping quarters with the grandpa first, then Lumpy, smaller coffins for the children, Rudiger and Anna, and Dorothy on the far side, who has become a doctor just recently. Another dresser, this is more like Chinese. And there's like a bath. I have to say, I absolutely adore the spooky station. And there's a bathroom just been behind, well here, the door to the bathroom. And you can just sit down and relax or hide in this tiny corner. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is just like a sort of a silent, quiet room. This is the basis of the pool. I didn't furnish it, but I'm gonna leave some space for people who will download this to do whatever they want. Oh, that thing just broke down. I think I'm gonna have Lumpy or the grandpa repair it. So this would be the view from up top. And as you can notice, there's like cross on the rooftop to make it more Judeo-Christian based, I guess. I don't know. I'm a Tangrist myself and believe in Tangri, the god of Genghis Khan. Though I was born Christian Protestant, and I protested against my heritage and I took my own path, but this looks pretty fancy and it was a pain in the neck to build because each little stone is like one piece except the L shape that defines the squares, the center square. So it was interesting to build. Let's just say it like that. And then this is the crypt. The crypt first basement. So you have the dining area, the arts area, the library, the chill down, the sit by the pool, and the bathroom. And we have the final floor, where you have the living quarters, the living room, the sleeping area, the dresser, the bathroom here, and I left this zone open for whoever wants to add stuff to their realm. And I can go further than down.